I hate to hear that people get into debt for a wedding.
Your wedding day should be memorable, but should it cost this much?
There is a disease going around, especially in the Asian community, with spending silly money on weddings.
How much was your wedding?
$70,000.
Why?
It was beautiful.
50 to 60% of Americans go into debt for their wedding. They finance their wedding of $12,000 or more. They take out personal loans, family loans, any kind of loan to finance their own wedding for one day.
Your wedding is one day, your marriage is for life. £37,000 worth of debt for one day doesn't start your marriage off particularly well.
My fiance and I are getting married at the end of this year in October.
Great.
He has quite a bit of money saved, but we also have debt.
And most of the examples that I see on social media, people talking about how much they spent, they are not making $140,000 a year or $250,000.
Or blowing your entire emergency fund to try to get into this thing, and then you accumulate tens of thousands of dollars of debt in order to do it. Afterwards, you are setting your entire marriage up for failure out of the gate.
Credit and family protection. I'm here with another dilemma. I was debt-free. Then I financed my wedding on 3 credit cards.
Look at this cut, Cole. It's perfect. When are we going to make this official?
We can't make anything official until we talk about this. Specifically, this $80,000 balance.
And one of the major things that people go into debt about is the wedding. How do you know how much to budget for your wedding?
For my brides-to-be, this is just a small reminder. When you are booking things for your wedding, you never tell them it's for a wedding.
Recently got married, and we got ourselves into $112,000 of debt. Yes.
Just from the wedding?
Just from the wedding.
Oh, my.
The ring, the...
Holy cow.
And I wasn't even invited.
Then you billed a bride $10,000? This claim is dismissed immediately.
She's not going to be successful. She's not going to be successful.
Right here.
But I'm going to let her show me the invoice. Okay. I don't even have to look at it. Listen to me carefully. This is not a contract. This is a contract. This is signed by the two of you.
Look, it says a cabin has been added to your reservation. There's 5 of us. There's no reason to have 2 cabins. I don't know. She texts Lauren. Just got a really weird alert. It said we added a cabin to our reservation.
When I got married, we couldn't even afford a dinner, so we ordered pizza into our home, invited our friends over. I talk about that a lot with my wife because she's been with me through that whole journey, but we really had nothing.
My father promised to pay my wedding venue, which was $10,000. He did give me a deposit when he said this of $5,000, but he still owes me.
Imagine how bad you have to screw up as a wedding photography company to get sued by your state's attorney.
There's a wedding venue called the Cotton Room that's facing a lot of backlash right now because they won't refund a lady $18,000 because she canceled her wedding. But you want to know why she canceled it? It's because her fiance died.
Hi, I'm here to get a refund for my wedding. I'm sorry, did you say you need a refund for your wedding? Yeah, we were planning to get married here in February of next year, but I need to cancel. So I came here to cancel and get my money back.
I'm the stepdaughter.
All right.
The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding.
Why?
Because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Let me start with this.
I can't believe this just happened. A bride is getting sued for breaking the dance floor during her wedding.
This wedding venue is refusing to return a deposit of over $18,000 even though the groom has tragically died.
Can you sue a wedding venue if they make a mistake and ruin your day?
I've done that. I've sued wedding venues before for that. Yeah, there was a wedding venue where the week before they were doing construction on the lawn and they didn't get a chance to clean it up, so it was a big mound of dirt next to where the...
You can't be serious, Mom. You canceled my wedding venue because you said the house could be the venue. And now you're saying the house isn't the right fit? I know it's a bit sudden, but after talking to the HOA, they said we can't do the wedding here.
The woman who threw paint at the bride at the wedding has been arrested. She now faces a £5,000 lawsuit. The woman is reportedly the bride's sister-in-law, but she was not invited to the wedding.
This is your daughter.
That's correct.
And your stepdaughter. Is that right?
17 years.
And your father and his wife raised you?
Yeah.
You decided to get married.
Yes,
to you.
It shows here that you're seeking $9,500 for medical bills and time lost at work, pain and suffering as well. What happened?
I've ever had in my life. I was in Regina's wedding, and I told her ahead of time that I am a vegan and I have food allergies.
And I did spend some summers at his beach house. That was his involvement in my life, except he was hardly there at all.
If you remember, Holly Christina Photography was in some like absolute deep stuff because she was taking people's money for bridal photos.
Her fiance unexpectedly passed away, and the wedding venue will not refund her the money that she paid for that venue, which is the most insane shit ever.
Hi, I'm here to get a refund for my wedding. I'm sorry, did you say you need a refund for your wedding? Yeah, we were planning to get married here in February of next year, but I need to cancel. So I came here to cancel and get my money back. Oh my, is there a reason that you need to cancel? No real reason. We just found a venue that was way cheaper than you guys, so we booked there, and I'll just be needing my refund.
Mental health worker Gemma Monk was set to marry at Oakwood House in Maidstone. Just minutes before the bride was due to walk down the aisle, her sister-in-law, Antonia Eastwood, splashed paint on Gemma Monk.
Guests were sitting in the dark for almost an hour. We left early because elderly relatives couldn't see safely. 3 days later, they sent me a $10,000 invoice.
I'd advise them to steer away from debt. It's one of the single biggest regrets. Myself and Louise, we bought our first house and got married within a month of each other. I should have known better for various different reasons.
Maybe it's just me, but I'd rather a big house than a big wedding. Why am I going into $50,000 of debt for one day?
She's being called the runaway bride in the media, not because she ditched her groom at the altar a la Julia Roberts in the movie. Instead, it's because the ritzy hotel where she had a reception is accusing her of stiffing them over $40,000.
They do a really great job of articulating what Cassie's going through mentally that day.
The story is titled, Bridezilla wanted a refund from all vendors months after the wedding actually happened. Okay, I'm currently finishing up a commission of a hand painting wedding sign for a friend of a friend.
Thinking about it, I'm just like, really? I find it really interesting that one of the biggest reasons for divorce is financial problems. And so for you to create that at the point of joining together and take that into the marriage is very interesting.
Starting off with the venue and catering average projected cost of $13,000, photography and video average projected cost of $3,600.
Main symptom being show-off fever. And I got a message from two people recently. Here's what one of them said: $30,000 in debt.
Okay.
It was the happiest day of my life and I don't regret it.
We had a $50,000 budget for the wedding.
Well, then
ended up paying a little bit more than that.
What the cost $75,000?
Well, I'm Mexican, and in Mexico, you have like a 3-day long celebration.
Well, I mean, you're in America.
Yeah, well, we may have traveled.
Why? Why don't y'all save that down payment for a house, for a new car? Why on one day? Like, I don't get this. You're starting your married life in debt, and that doesn't even include the honeymoon if you want one.
We currently live overseas, having moved for jobs 2 years ago. During this time, we have been able to save enough money for a deposit on our first property in the UK. We have no debt and are both consistent savers.
And I would prefer people out there to protect their marriages and their married life rather than have that one day that puts them in debt. I don't like debt for a wedding.
And we're also trying to save for a wedding, so we kind of need some help figuring out how to go about this.
Cool. How much do you have saved?
Total liquid saved, we have $123,000.
They have average salaries like everyone else. So $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 worth of debt will take years, if not decades, to pay off. We'll talk about that a little bit later. At least spend it on the honeymoon.
If anything were to happen, a car breakdown, a layoff, while the other person also is already laid off, like you're setting your one of the leading causes for divorce in this country are financial issues. I know. And you're setting it up for a very big struggle out of the gate.
People just want the day, because that is crazy. Please tell me you have your own house. We didn't want to wait. My family couldn't help. His family couldn't either. So we paid it for ourselves with credit.
Ugh, it's just my student loans. Everyone has them. It's good debt.
Good debt is an investment. You spent 80 grand on a communications degree and you work as a receptionist.
It was for the experience, and I'm paying it off.
Yes, do not go into debt over your wedding. Point blank. Don't do it. Look, I've been married 15 years coming up. I have not thought about my wedding one time this week.
Ever. You tell them it is for a party. Do not put the word wedding. You're automatically going to add $1,000 to your tab.
The party of the century, and we weren't even there, George.
Does that ring look like a disco ball?
Yeah, exactly.
This bride was sued by her wedding venue days after the ceremony. They demanded $10,000 in damages, but they forgot one clause in their own contract.
You prepared the contract.
Correct. Yeah, that is correct.
She signed it. You show me her signature here, anywhere.
Well, her payment to the contract.
No.
No.
Listen to me carefully.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
You prepared the contract. Let me give you a brief primer as to what the law is.
Did you do that? No, it wasn't me. I'll look into it, though. Okay, great. I just don't want us getting charged for a cabin we don't need. I'm not stupid, Tori. I said I'll take care of it.
The remaining $5,000.
So now, how did we get to this promise for him to pay?
Jeff Jackson, who is the Attorney General in North Carolina, has let us know that almost 200 couples are owed about $1 million frickin' dollars.
Her fiance unexpectedly passed away, and the wedding venue will not refund her the money that she paid for that venue, which is the most insane shit ever.
Oh my, is there a reason that you need to cancel? No real reason. We just found a venue that was way cheaper than you guys, so we booked there, and I'll just be needing my refund.
I'm the stepdaughter.
All right.
The one whose stepfather refused to pay for my wedding.
Why?
Because I wanted my actual father to walk me down the aisle.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Let me start with this.
This venue was not supposed to have a second story. It just magically appeared without being up to code. And they would host illegal events on the second floor to make a little extra cash on the side.
Chris Perry and Kristen Seidel got engaged last year, and they had booked their wedding for October of this year. And on May 12th, one day before his 33rd birthday, Chris collapsed and passed away. They had booked the Cotton Room. At the time Chris passed in May, they already paid half of their wedding contract.
The bride would do her entrance, to walk down the aisle type of thing, to get married. And it was in all the pictures, this big pile of dirt. So we sued. Yeah, got a bunch of money back, got I think 75% off the total wedding bill, which was pretty good.
But don't worry, the bingo hall from the church, they're open on November 15th. They said they'll take us. The bingo hall? No. I'm sorry, but this literally isn't worth it anymore.
Mental health worker Gemma Monk was set to marry at Oakwood House in Maidstone. Just minutes before the bride was due to walk down the aisle, her sister-in-law, Antonia Eastwood, splashed paint on Gemma Monk.
And you said you would pay for the wedding.
That's correct.
And you made some payments towards things deposits and stuff towards the wedding. You gave your daughter some money in cash, is that right?
No. Have not recovered. I don't know how I'm going to recover. And I can't go to work. I can't think. I can't focus. And so I need this money until I can get well.
My father promised to pay my wedding venue, which was $10,000. He did give me a deposit when he said this of $5,000, but he still owes me.
But not giving them the pictures that were taken, or she sent a different photographer altogether to the wedding that the couple never agreed to, and then they still didn't get the pictures after.
Obviously, because of this, they're facing a lot of backlash from everybody online in the community, and rightfully so, because how greedy of a fucking organization and company do you have to be to not refund somebody that money when they canceled because their fiance died?
I can't believe this just happened. A bride is getting sued for breaking the dance floor during her wedding.
Wedding venue is refusing to return a deposit of over $18,000, even though the groom has tragically died. Chris Perry and Kristen Seidel got engaged last year, and they had booked their wedding for October of this year. And on May 12th, one day before his 33rd birthday, Chris collapsed and passed away.
We sued. Yeah, got a bunch of money back, got I think 75% off the total wedding bill, which was pretty good. I'd take a pile of dirt next to that any day of the week for 75% off.
You can't be serious, Mom. You canceled my wedding venue because you said the house could be the venue. And now you're saying the house isn't the right fit? I know it's a bit sudden, but after talking to the HOA, they said we can't do the wedding here.
We didn't have enough money to be able to pay some final bills on our wedding. We took out a 13 grand loan the week leading up to our wedding. So you're under financial stress pressure, which is a little bit unpleasant leading up to the wedding day. And then ultimately you're paying for something a reasonably long period of time after it's already happened. And you start to learn to resent the fact that you're still paying for something that long happened ago. And so I'd highly encourage people away from taking on debt. The reality of it is, as important important a day as it is, it needs to be within your means. As someone who took on a loan to make the wedding happen and get everything over the line, I don't think it's a reasonable approach.
I get it as an African, the pressure to have a big wedding, but more time you're having the wedding for them and not you. Why are you taking out loans to have a big wedding and just go and elope? Go and elope in Jamaica, have a little, cheeky get together, go to your honeymoon, less than 10K. Like, why is all the hype with a big wedding? I want a big wedding. I don't.
But as Stephen Fabian reports, the bride and groom say they have receipts to prove they paid in full.
This newlywed is firing back today after she was branded a runaway bride for allegedly running out on the wedding bill. The ritzy St. Regis Hotel in New York claims they gave bride Caitlin Kennedy and her groom Greg the wedding of their dreams, and they sure got married in style.
Has taken over his dad's business. He buys the land and gets investors to help him buy the land, only to find out just before they're about to break ground that there's an endangered flower on the land that he's bought.
So far, the bride has been super lovely and very understanding of some issues that we have faced along the way. As a background, I'm really good at what I do, but I'm not a trained professional.
A marriage is for life, a wedding is a day. Someone actually said to me, "Oh, I know times are hard," because I said I was having a small wedding. I said, "Baby, the average cost of a wedding in the UK, I made in a month. You can check the numbers. I choose to keep my money."
Planning and coordination, average projected cost of $3,000. Floral and decor, average projected cost of $3,000. Entertainment, average projected cost of $2,500.
His wife enjoyed her big day, but now they're struggling for money because he's broke. And financial burden is one of the biggest reasons that marriages end in disaster.
The wedding was in Mexico.
Yeah, it was cheaper.
Yeah, you saved so much.
We did.
We had
what we got.
Yeah, well, it would have cost. Yeah, if you went insane in America, sure.
Credit cards are maxed out and now you have to pay the interest on them. What's wrong with a courthouse wedding? What's wrong with a backyard wedding? Don't even get me started on destination weddings. You're letting other people go into debt so they can get to your wedding. Bro, y'all are fucking dumb.
So the plan is, buy our first property within the next 12 months, get married and start a family. Buying a property is our priority, and we feel privileged to know that we have enough money saved to do so.
That's a very substantial amount of debt. Now, I don't know how much you earn, but I have my 3 questions that dictate whether someone's in debt crisis. The first one is, do you have more than a year's salary in debt, not counting mortgage and student loans?
Awesome.
Wow.
Who's we? Wait a minute. How much does he have? How much do you have?
Start with me. I have only about $2,000. Him and I together created a savings account that is about $22,000, and he has the rest, which would probably be that $100,000.
Your wedding is one day, your marriage is for life. £37,000 worth of debt for one day doesn't start your marriage off particularly well. And I would prefer people out there to protect their marriages.
Instead, that's what I've said before. If you truly wanted to spend that kind of money, wouldn't it be cooler to go and travel for weeks or months instead of having that one single party for the night? Married on Sunday, bankrupt by Monday. That one's pretty good.
The venue, card 1. Dress and suit, card 2. Catering, decor, photography, card 3. We told ourselves we would pay it off with wedding gifts.
I pay the minimum every month.
And the minimum covers the interest. The principal hasn't moved in 5 years. You are drowning and you don't even know it.
So what? When we get married, we handle it together. That's what partners do.
Together? You want me to adopt your bad decisions? That's not marriage, that's a bailout.
The wedding is a great day. It's a great party, but it fades into the background of your life. You don't wake up every morning going, "Oh, my wedding was the best day of my life, and I'm so glad that I spent $80,000. You don't do that.
Probably venture to guess that it would be more than $1,000 added. As soon as the catering company hears it's for a wedding, oh, they're going to jack up their prices. That's what everybody does. Because it's widely known that people spend way too much money on this day.
Holly Christina released a statement to the news in January saying that they knew they were behind, they apologized, and that they were working on the backlog. And they also stated that Holly had been hospitalized twice. Well, the AG lets us know that Holly closed down that month and told no one.
For some reason, businesses still don't realize the power of social media. It's a lot stronger than what they think, because this news story's been out for about a week now and it's made national headlines.
This wedding was on the second story of a venue. Now, I did a little bit of digging. This venue was not supposed to have a second story. It just magically appeared.
They had booked the cotton room. At the time Chris passed in May, they already paid half of their wedding contract. And within 2 days of Chris's passing, nearly 5 months before the wedding was scheduled, they did call the venue to let them know. But the contract was strict, and it said that unless the cotton room was the one initiating the cancellation, there will be no refund.
He ran after them and splashed paint all over her. The bride was subsequently forced to postpone her wedding. Thankfully, within a few hours, they found another dress for her to wear.
The ceremony was held at the majestic St. Patrick's Cathedral, America's premier Catholic church. The reception that followed was held just a 4-minute walk away here at the St. Regis, a stunning 5-star hotel with a reputation for luxury and excellence, and a price tag to match.
I have been so adamant on when I get married in my 20s, I'm not having a big wedding. If your family's pressuring you to have certain numbers, how do you deal with that pressure?